recorded. All right. So today is our second day of preparing for our final. Before we get into the breakout rooms for those that are doing the group presentation, a couple quick housekeeping matters. First things first, Mr. David Torres is today's assistant instructor. Do you want to unmute yourself and say hello to everybody?
Hey guys, good morning.
All right, David. So you know the drill. Tell us where you are from. Tell us why you joined Year Up, and tell us something interesting about yourself.
All right. So I'm from the Bronx, New York, born and raised. I joined Year Up because technology has been a passion since I was 16 years old. And I wanted to go more in depth with it in college, but college wasn't really working out. But then I saw Year Up was advertised by BMCC, so I decided to give it a shot. And I didn't get accepted the first time, but then around March, when the quarantine started, I got a conditional acceptance letter and it made me really excited.
Awesome. And what's something interesting about you?
I'm pretty quite boring actually. So
I find that very hard to believe.
no, but during middle school and high school, I was a big gamer. So
Cool.
I used to compete in Call of Duty tournaments
Oh, sweet.
with my friends. Yeah, we there were certain divisions. So it was like a gold division, platinum division, and I think silver division.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up making it to platinum,
Whoa.
but then finals tests, SAT started kicking in, and then we didn't really have time to play because we all wanted to study.
Wow, very cool. So like how does that work? Like how do do you like all go to like a center and like all play together, or is it all online? Like how does a
It,
tournament like
it,
that work?
it was actually all online. We each had our own PlayStation, so
Okay.
we actually did sign up for the LAN tournaments. So
Okay.
we'll play like people within our areas.
Yeah. I don't know what a LAN tournament is. The last video game console I had was PlayStation 2. So that just shows how
That's the best. That's the best console right there.
it was. It was a great console. Yeah, I'm actually gonna put on. I have blue light glasses since I stare at a screen for 10 hours a day. Let's swap those out. Awesome. Okay, so you were in this Call of Duty tournament. You guys made it pretty far. You were platinum, and then that was the end of your Call of Duty career.
Yep.
Is
And
it
then we
Call
all
Two?
just went our separate ways.
That's right. That's right. The band broke up. Awesome. All right, David. So, what is a question that you want to pose to our group?
Okay, so if you can have one superpower, what would it be?
Ooh, I love this question. So, in the chat box, if you could have one superpower, what would it be, David? What would be your superpower?
I would like to go invisible. No,
Okay.
actually clone myself. Actually.
Oh, interesting. Wow. So, you want to? What would be your reason for wanting to clone yourself?
Well, I've always wanted to clone myself because then I wouldn't have to go to school and I could just stay sleeping while my other self just does all the work.
Wow, that's a really good point, actually. So, I love it. Okay, and I'm looking at the chat box. I'm actually in the same boat as Jesus. I would like the ability to be able to teleport. So my family all lives in different parts of the country, and I just hate traveling. Like I hate like especially like having like young kids and all their stuff and like putting in the van. And our van's like 4 blocks from where we live, our garage, and it's just so much work to like travel. People like to snap your fingers and like be somewhere would be pretty sweet. That'd be mine.
Saves you a lot of money on gas and metro
Totally,
cards.
and tolls, and I have a really heavy foot, so I get a lot of speeding tickets. So, yeah, to read minds, Jaleesa, you're a courageous person. I would not want that at all. That would scare me. So, be invisible, actually, Gavin, manipulate atoms, be an airbender to not age. Samaje says, "Wow, I like that one." To be Iron Man, rich and famous, that'd be nice, Pablo. Different forms, read minds, teleport to make a profit, slow down time.
Slow down so I don't miss
I
deadlines.
love that. Mahmoud's thinking outside the box here. Synthesis, time manipulation. I have a heavy foot.
Synthesis.
Yep, I love it. To take different forms. I want to have the gauntlet from the Avengers, time control. Man, we got some very creative people in this group. That was a great question, David. So thank you so much.
Of
Um,
course.
yep. So David, once again, to see the future. Yeah, that's like kind of like reading minds, Muhammad. Like I don't know if I'd want to see that. It would scare me too much. Like I don't know. But hey, to each their own. Love your answers. Thank you. Once again, quick reminder: the only person that should interrupt me today is David. If you have a question, chat box or raised hand, and David can say, "Hey, Eric, so and so has their hand up, and we're happy to call on you." Ricardo would have all the knowledge in the universe. That is it would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Sometimes like I wish I could like go back in time to like when I was like 10, like know everything I know now. Because I'd be like, I'd be like, I would just, make so much better decisions with my life, right? To go back, to 23 years ago, I'm like, I know all this stuff now, Eric. I'd be like the coolest 10-year-old ever. I'd be like, anyways, um, so yeah, thanks, Ashley Gavin, but that is not quite possible. A couple quick housekeeping matters before we jump into today's agenda. So this will be a study day. So I made the breakout groups, so you'll be able to go with your groups for those doing the team presentations, and then for those who are doing the interview style exam, you'll stay in here with me, and I'll drill you with some questions. So that's the first thing I want to say. I do want to really emphasize. I'm going to say this as plainly as possible. Um, if you miss your time to take your interview, that means that you get an automatic zero. Okay, according to Europe policy, unless it's something like you're extremely sick or a death in the family, you need to be here for your time for your exam. So what does that mean? That means for those of you, let me go ahead and pull up my screen. You can see that okay, David?
Yeah, I can see it.
Great. So that means like, let me go ahead and pull my screen over just a little tiny bit. So that means like you see your name over here on the left, like, that means Ricardo, if Ricardo decides I'm going to show up, I'm going to pick on Ricardo because I know he would never do this. But if Ricardo says, oh, you know what, whatever, I'm just going to show up to my final exam at 10:10 instead of 9:55. I love you, Ricardo, but unfortunately I have to give you a zero. Like, I don't want to do that. Don't make me do that. I know you would never do that, but please make sure you come to your allotted time. Do not be late. Do not just blow it off. If so, it's not, there is no makeup exam. Like, you have to be here. Like, as long as it's not like a huge emergency. And what I mean by that, if you wake up and say, "Oh, I have a slight cough," well, that's not a huge emergency, right? It has to be something that's really, really critical. So please come on time, take your final, do well. And then for those of you who are doing the team presentations, so team one, team two, team three, that's actually, believe it or not, tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, we come in, we get started. So the thing that's also nice is for those who opted in for the team presentations, after the last team goes, team three, Jesus, Mahmoud, and Manny, you're done. Like, you can leave, and like, you don't have to do anything on Wednesday. You're completely finished. Amadul, Amna, and Andre, the three of you will stay back tomorrow after class, and you'll do your exam tomorrow. The rest of you, starting right in the morning, Ashley Bafong, on Wednesday, all the way down, you'll make sure that you come for your exam time and take your exam. So I see the chat box has some questions, and Ashley Ross has a hand raised. So yeah, Ashley.
Yes. Good morning. So after the team presentations, we can leave. And on the 21st, do we still come in for the ones
No.
that have team? Okay.
Nope. So the thing is, if you're on a team, you can't leave after your team goes. So what I mean by that is like you guys will go first. You, Majida, Jalisa, and Neftali, and you'll stay to hear team two and team three. And then at 9:40, anyone that did a team activity, as well as everybody like from Ashley Bafong down to Zena, everyone else can leave tomorrow at 9:40. Amadul, Amna, and Andre will stay back. And then on the 21st, everybody did a team activity. Amadul, Amna, and Andre, the all of you are done. Like, you don't have to do anything on the 21st. From Ashley Bafong here in cell, A5 down to Xena, all of you have to come on Wednesday and do your interview. But everyone else, you're done. You can use that 2 hour time to study for your other exams. Does that answer your
Hey,
question, Ashley?
hey, Eric.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Yes, David.
We have a question in the chat box from Evelyn.
Mm-hmm.
So she says, I'm a little confused. Her exam is tomorrow. So when you start the exam, just log off.
I'm not sure what you mean, Evelyn.
I mean, so okay, I wrote it out terribly wrong. My exam is tomorrow. It's on the 21st. But what I'm saying is, if we do our exams, do we have to come to the class, or that's? I'm just a little bit confused.
No,
So
no,
we
it's a
still
really
go to
good
class.
question. Yeah, so if you're doing the interview style exam, what that means is when like the time that you have, so Evelyn, you're 10:20, that means on Wednesday at like 10:18, you need to log on to this link. Okay? You're gonna go into the waiting room. I'm gonna finish up with Rahul, and then when he and I are done, I click on your name, you come into the main room with me, I ask you your 5 questions, and then that's it. Then you're done. Then you log off, and then I go to David, then I go to Hannah, and down the list it goes.
And we
So
still attend our class.
there is no class. There is no
Okay.
class. There's no class. You have you just should log on Wednesday at like 10:16, 10:17. Yep. And then we do our 5 minutes together, and then you're done. That's it. That's all you have to worry about for the day.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good question. Any other questions, David?
Nope, we're good.
Cool. Okay.
Wait, one more
Question?
question. Sorry.
Of course. Yeah, Evelyn.
So, and there's no class tomorrow too, or there's class?
Thanks for clarifying. There is class tomorrow. So tomorrow at 9 a.m., just like every Tuesday, we all need to be here because we're going to listen to the team presentations collectively.
Oh,
And-
okay.
Yep. And then it's going to be a shortened class because at, what time is it? 9:40, when Jesus, Mahmoud, and Manny finish up their presentation, we'll have a few minutes to talk about it. And then everybody other than Amna, Amadul, and Andre leave. All right. So like tomorrow's class is like 9:45-ish. We're done.
Okay.
All right. But everyone has to be here tomorrow at 9. Yes. If you do not attend class tomorrow, it will be considered an absence. All right. Any other questions before we go into our breakouts and start doing our drills? Yes, Jesus.
Yes, I have a question, Eric. So then are we back to regular schedule on Thursday? Or do
That-
we?
That's a really good question, Jesus. The answer is no. We actually, this whole entire week is only finals. So when you're in Vanessa's class later on today, she'll kind of break it down for you. But we're not going to be back into class again until next week on Tuesday, the 27th. So you'll have your finals this week. Monday of next week, the 26th, is a grading day, and then the 27th, and we'll put this all in an email for you, is mod 2, the beginning of mod 2. So yeah, there's no class time this week other than tomorrow, and then come Wednesday, Thursday, it's just finals. Yeah, grading day means no classes. Yes, Ashley Ross. So there's no classes on Monday, but Vanessa will explain more. I'll send you all an email to explain more. So that's how that goes. Good question,
you.
Jesus. You're welcome. All right. Anything else?
Um,
I have. Okay, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. I was just checking the chat box.
It popped in my head. I was like, before you break us out, Eric, regarding the group project,
Mhm.
do we have to do an ERG flyer? Do we have to do a flyer or anything extra to accompany our presentation, or is that just like extra stuff?
Everything that you need to do is in the is on Schoology on the rubric. The biggest things that I'm looking for is the business document, the presentation, and the financials. Okay.
Okay.
Those are the biggest things. But no, you don't have to do an ERG. But one thing I will say for the presentation is I really want to make sure everybody in your group shares at least once. That's really important. Then the other thing too, for those doing the group presentation, you will be receiving a link from me tomorrow saying who was the person on your team who really emerged as a leader and who was the person on your team who really didn't pull their weight. And that's going to impact their final grade. So that way, you don't feel like if some person, worked all weekend on this project and one person did nothing, they're not going to receive the same grade. Good question,
Okay, thanks.
Chelsea. You're welcome. And yeah, I would encourage you when you get into your breakout, go into Schoology, look at the rubric. It's all right there. That way you make sure that you get it right. Anything else?
Jesus, do you have another question? Or is that from before?
Sorry, that was from before.
No worries.
All right, right, cool. All right, before I break you out, I do want to give a shout out to one of your colleagues, Mr. Manny. Manny came to office hours on Thursday, the whole entire time, 30 minutes. And he did not come to office hours because he wanted help. He came to office hours because he wanted to help anybody who needed it. And I really commend him for that. He just said, I'm not here because I need anything. I just am here to, if anyone drops by and they need help, I'm here to help. And I really respect that. Here's a person who literally took 30 minutes out of their afternoon, could have done something totally different, could have studied, could have played Xbox, could have done a million other things, but he sat there with me for 30 minutes and we talked and we got to know each other better, which was very fun. I thought so. And but he was like, I'm just here. If anybody drops by and has a question, I'm here to help. So thank you, Manny, for stepping up and serving your colleagues in that way. I think that speaks volumes of your character, and I really appreciate that. So thank you. That's it. That's all I was going to say. You're going to say you're welcome, Manny. I mean, I'm not going to kill you. So Manny, he definitely has a service-oriented attitude. So we appreciate that about him. All right. With that being said, without further ado, I'm going to put the teams into your breakouts, and then we're going to go ahead and do some questions. If you have anything you need, just come back to the main room. I'm happy to help. But let's go ahead and get started. Also, for those going into breakout, I will bring you back about 5 minutes before class ends, so we can just go ahead and talk about like next steps and logistics. All right, folks. All right, team members, go ahead to your rooms. Everyone else will stay here. We'll give them a minute to get oriented. All right. Okay, let me go ahead and pull up my questions. All right. Yeah, Ashley, do you have a question?
Yes. Can we see the link that we're going to use to evaluate the team members?
Can you see it? Like, what do you want to see?
Like how the questions are worded? Because you said like if someone doesn't pull their weight, like do we have to say somebody? What if everyone did like a great job?
You don't have to say like here you go. I'll put on my screen right now. You can see if you're interested. So basically it looks like this. What is your name? That's required. Who on your team ever went above and beyond to get the job done? What team did not pull the weight, causing strain? You can just put NA, not applicable. Everyone did a good job.
Okay, got it. All right. Thank you, Eric.
Yep, you're welcome. Yep, absolutely. All right, folks, let's go ahead and get started. Let's do this. On your desktop, create a folder called Global Leadership Training. And within that folder, put the nations USA, Canada, Mexico, and Singapore. Folder is called those four countries.
I'm sorry, what's the folder called again?
Global Leadership Training. And when you're done, give me a green check.
You said subfolders, right?
Subfolders: Canada, USA, Mexico, Singapore. All right, David's done. Luis is done. Hannah's done. Pablo's done. Pablo, please go ahead and share your screen and explain us how you did it.
So first, wait.
Oh,
Sorry.
we lost your screen.
Sorry.
Sorry.
So what I first did, so I have a Mac, so I just with 2 fingers clicked and just put new folder, and it's right here.
Yep.
Then I opened it. Then I did the same thing. New folder for Mexico, USA, Canada, and Singapore.
Excellent. So just do, and if you're unaware, if you have a PC, does anyone have a PC that they want to show us how it's done? Thank you,
You just
Pablo.
right click.
Yeah, you right click it and then it goes create new folder. So, Luis, are you working on a PC or are you working on a Mac?
I'm also on a Mac.
You're also a Mac. Okay. Who,
Yeah.
can someone raise their hand, or if they're using a PC, they can show us how to do on a PC? Rahul?
We got Raul.
Yep.
Hey David, hey Eric, give me 1 second.
No problem.
Okay, so I missed the country.
You missed the
But,
country. It's
yeah.
okay.
But yes, I have a lot of pages, but how I do it is I open up my folder tab. I went to desktop. I could have just started it on the desktop. I could have right clicked, pressed a new folder.
Yep.
And then global leadership training right there. Did the same thing, right click, new folder a couple times, and made these countries. And I'm missing the 4th country, so I don't deserve any credit. But
How did you forget Canada? It's such a great country.
oh yeah, I'm terrible.
No, you're not terrible. Don't be so hard on yourself. It's okay. Everyone forgets about Canada. You know, I was talking to someone the other day, and he told me he was from Wisconsin. And I said, is Wisconsin a state or a city? And he was like so offended at me. I was like, dude, I'm from New York. Like, we don't know anything about anything. But outside of like the 5 boroughs, like I don't know where Wisconsin is. Is that a state or a city? He's like, dude, it's a state. We have great cheese. I was like, all right, man. Weird flex, but okay. All right. Awesome. So Kevin Bueno, please unmute yourself and explain to me what file management is and why is it so important?
File management is being able to have all your files in a specific way that you want. What we did just now with the global training leadership.
Yeah.
I feel like it's important because sometimes things get messed up, and if you want to find a certain document or anything, it could get lost. So having it organized is important to be able to have better access for whenever you need a file or anything.
Excellent. Perfect answer. Thank you, Kevin. We appreciate that. Karina, can you please unmute yourself and explain the difference between Office 365 and Office 2019?
So Office 365, I do have notes on it. Let me just pull it up real quick.
Okay. Cheese is all they have to offer. Yeah, I don't know why. Like, who leads with that? Our state is known for our cheese. Okay, man, cool. I mean, I like cheese, but okay, I don't want to live somewhere where that's all your town is known for.
It's all the same.
It's all. Yeah, I felt really bad, but whatever. He guys' feelings hurt. I didn't know if his was a state or a city. All right, Karina, we need you to come back. If not, we can pass it to somebody else. Are you there?
Yeah, I forgot some of the differences. I'm just trying to find my paper on it.
No worries. Let's go ahead and pass it on to someone else. Want to raise their hand, and doesn't have to be super articulate. Just like a few sentences.
Amadou.
Yeah.
Thank you, David. So Office 2019 is one-time payment. So you just have to pay one time, and you can keep it forever. Office 365, on the other hand, you have to pay monthly or yearly.
Yeah. Let me follow up with a question, Amadou. If this was the exam, I would say, well, what are the pros and cons of those two programs? Like, it seems to me like you just pay one time and then you're good. What's the downfall of that, of paying for the one-time fee at 2019?
All right. So for Office 2019, you don't get any feature updates that are new. You only get like maybe security updates,
right?
Just like a patch. But for Office 365, you get any new features, like maybe monthly. Every month you get new features. So that's one good thing.
Absolutely. If Amadou got that question during his final, he would have gotten 100%. That's what I'm really looking for. One is subscription based, One is a one-time purchase, and the benefit of the subscription-based model is you get the updates, whereas you don't with the one-time purchase. Great job, Amadul. Appreciate that. Okay. Next thing, go ahead and open up your Outlook, and I want you to create a calendar event, a recurring meeting every Friday, 2 to 3 p.m. for the next 6 weeks. So starting this Friday. Study group, 2 to 3 p.m. next 6 weeks. When you're done, give me a green check.
You said starting this Friday, every Friday?
Correct, Ashley. Starting this Friday, every Friday, next 6 weeks, study group, calendar invite. It has to be a recurring meeting, so don't make it like a one at a time. Recurring meeting. Oh, someone left the chat.
Said 2 p.m., right?
2 to 3 p.m. Pablo's done. Karina is done. Luis is done. Ricardo done. Hannah, David, Amadul, Samaje. Karina, do you have the ability to share your screen?
Yes, I do. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, I want to see how you did it. Explain it to us. You were one of the first ones done.
Let me know when you guys can see the screen.
It's still loading, but it's coming. All right, we got it.
There you
go. Okay, so first thing I did was repeat for every single Friday. I did it for 3 p.m. to 3:30. I only invited Eric for now. And I put the name of it, study group, and gave our agenda.
Awesome, Karina. So this is what I would say if this was the day of your exam. You received almost all credit. The only thing that you mixed up is I asked for it only to be 6 weeks. This is going longer than 6 weeks. Actually, curiously enough, March 26th is my birthday. So you just wanted to have it to my birthday because we're going to have cake together. So thank you for that. And also, it was 2 to 3 p.m., not 3 to 3:30. But beyond that, everything is
okay.
Everything is perfect. She has the title, study group. She has another guest, myself. She has the date and the time now. She's uploading that. It repeats. It's recurring. She has a Zoom link, and she has an agenda. So if you do this on the day of your exam and like you're missing an agenda, if you're missing a location, if you're missing a title, you will be docked points. So Karina, I commend you. You did it spot on. And just so you're aware too, like I would encourage you on the day of not just Karina, but everybody on the day of the exam, like don't feel like you have to have it's not a fast fingers challenge. Okay. Like take your time, do it well. Don't feel like you have to be rushed. All I want to do is make sure that you know how to do it. As long as you know how to do it, then you'll receive full credit. So don't feel like you have to rush it to get it done. So thanks, Karina. You can stop sharing your screen. Perfect. All right, I'm going to clear all the check marks. Raise your hand if you can tell me what a hyperlink is. Luis, I saw your hand first. What is a hyperlink?
A hyperlink is basically a link disguised as like a word or a phrase that you can send in an email.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely. Thank you so much, Luis. That's a great answer. What a hyperlink is that you can create a word or a phrase and you can have a person click on it and that'll take them to a link somewhere else. So we're going to practice with hyperlinks. We didn't do this on Thursday. I want you to go into your Outlook and I want you to compose an email. You don't have to send it to anybody does not have a subject line, but I want you to write the words year up in the body and then make the words year up go to the Year Up website. All right. So go ahead and do that into Outlook. Don't worry about subject line. Don't worry about who it's entitled to. Just go into the body, write the words year up, and make a hyperlink to yearup.org. All right, Rick got it done. Amadul got it done. Luis got it done. Pablo. Give another couple minutes, or another minute rather. Long. Hannah. All right, 30 more seconds. I want to at least see like 10 or 11 of you get it done. There's very likely will be a question on your exam on Wednesday, so I'll make sure everybody knows how to do it. David, Moses. Let's get 2 more green checks, and then we'll see how it's done. Samaje. Ricardo, do you mind unmuting yourself for a second? I have a question.
Yeah.
Your Outlook, are you using like the web browser version?
I'm using the one on my computer. The
Cool.
application.
The application, excellent. Okay. Go ahead and if you don't mind, can you please share your screen and show us how you did it?
Can you see it?
Yep, we got it.
So usually there is a shortcut. I don't know if it's the same for everybody, but of course you first get the link to whatever you're doing or whatever you're linking it to. You highlight the word. For me, it's press Command K. This will come up. You paste the link and just press OK, and then it will just that. Oh, you can't see it. Let me share my whole screen.
No problem. Yeah, so what Ricardo did there is he, put the hyperlink in, and then when you click on, you'll see where it sends him to. See right there. So you click on that, it goes to yearup.org.
And then just so you can see what it did on Europe.
Awesome.
Hey, Ro has a question. Great job, Ricardo, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ricardo. Perfect. Rahul?
I actually don't have a question. I was able to share mine too if you want.
Of course, we'd be happy to see it.
Okay, I'm waiting on the share screen option to pop up. There you go. I kind of stuck my label in the middle there because
That's fun.
but yeah, so I clicked on this hyperlink option right here. It says display as. You can type in whatever you want to create the display option, and you click on that, and this will be the link that it sends you to. So it's year up, and here's what it shows up at. Usually
Okay, cool.
underlined and highlighted as a color.
Excellent. Perfect, Rahul. Does anybody have a question on how to do that? Because I could tell some people were kind of slow on it. I want to make sure everyone's proficient because that very well could be a question on Wednesday. You can raise your hand if you're like, I'm a little lost on that one. If not, we'll keep going. All right. Who can raise their hand and tell me what an email signature is and why it's important? What is an email signature and why is it important? Let's actually hear from Amna. We haven't heard from her yet today. Yeah, Amna.
Email signature is your signature at the end of the email. It's mostly supposed to be professional and has to do with the company you work for or like whatever program you're attending. And
Yes. Mm-hmm.
it's important in every professional email.
Absolutely. If Amna was asked that question on her exam, she would receive 100%. Nice job, Amna. Thank you so much. So we're going to practice with email signatures. So listen very closely to these instructions. I want you to imagine your L&D phase is over. You are now officially an intern. And I want you to create a signature with your name, the title intern at your dream company. All right. So no longer they're going to say, your name and participant. I want you to change it to your name, intern, and what is your dream company. And I'll give you a bonus point if you can find a logo of your dream company and put in a signature. Give you guys a few minutes for this one. And don't save it, obviously, because you're not there yet. Just make sure, I just want to see you know how to do it.
Hey, Eric.
Yes, David.
Are we editing our current signatures or we're making new ones?
You should make a new one.
Okay.
I would encourage you to make a new one.
Gotcha. Thank you.
And if you do decide to edit an old one, do not save it. Just cancel it when you're done.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, whatever is easier for you. And a green check when you're done. Andre got it.
Can I ask a question while everyone keeps going, or should I wait?
No, of course. Yeah, what's your question?
So will we be able to ask you to repeat yourself?
Yes. Hannah's done. Luis is done. Pablo's done. Ricardo's done. Ashley Buffong, nice job. Samaje, nice job. Let's get 2 or 3 more. Amna, do you have a question?
Yeah, yes. I wanted to ask for the final. Does it matter if we use the web browser or the applications in our computer?
Whatever is easier for you, you're welcome to use. The difference between what we're doing today and what the final will be is that, like, if I asked you this question, I would actually ask you to like show your screen. I want to watch you walk through the steps. So it's not going to be like, here's the question, now just go do it. It's going to be me observing you doing it. But yeah, web browser or application, whatever you prefer.
Okay, I was just asking because for some of the apps, I prefer the application, and for some of them, I prefer the web browsers.
Okay. Yeah,
I
that's
hate the Outlook app. It's so confusing. I'm trying
yeah.
to get used to it, but I can't.
It's okay. I mean, it is very confusing, but it's what I use, but it takes me a while to get used to it as well. All right. Good question. Andre, do you have the ability to share your screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you please show us how you did this?
Sorry, one sec.
No problem.
Okay, so for me, I went to settings
Mhm.
on the top right. Then I went to compose and reply. Email signature was the first setting that you need to be able to see. From that point, you have the option to edit your signature. So I put my name, my position and which company I work for, which is Facebook. I left the email as it is because
Yeah, that's fine. Mhm.
I put the logo right underneath, and then I put the address underneath, although I didn't switch the name for your.
No, that's yeah. You did it perfect, Andre. That's exactly what we were looking for. Just changing your title and then putting the logo. So, excellent job. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. Moses, do you have a hand up?
Well, yeah, because I kind of found a different way to do it.
Yeah, do you want to share with us?
I didn't completely finish, but the way I found to do it, let me just share my screen.
Yep, that'd be great.
Just have oh boy, looks like I'm having some screen issues.
It's okay. Do you want us to come back to you in a minute?
You might as well skip me because my
All right.
screen is completely black.
Hey, Eric, I think Amna has another question.
Yes, Amna.
Oh, no, I don't. My hand is just up from before. Sorry
Oh,
about that.
no problem at all. Pablo.
I just want to share my screen because I found something cool.
Yeah, let's see it.
So here's what I did. So I just took the last one that we had and I just deleted everything and then I just put it back together. So I put that I'm an intern at Apple for tech design, and then I put my information, and then I put where Apple is, and then I just put their logo.
Cool. So my question is like, but you just deleted an old signature and just changed it down here. Is that what you did?
Yeah, because I didn't know we had to make a new one, like you said, after.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, this looks really good. I love the logo. I love Cupertino, California. Perfect. Yeah, the biggest thing that I'll be looking for in this question is that you know how to actually change your signature for all future emails. But yeah, this is spot on. All right. Thanks, Pablo. Ricardo. Do you have a question or do you want to share your screen?
I want to share my screen, yeah.
All right,
It's not letting me. It's not letting me exit out.
All right, Pablo, do you want to stop? It's not letting you exit out?
No, I don't see the option no more.
All right, let's see here.
You kick me out.
Stop participants sharing. Yes. All right. All right, Ricardo, do you want to share yours?
Yeah.
Don't sound so excited, please.
So I did IT help desk intern. I wasn't as articulate as the first one where I put like the whole address. I just found this, my email, and then I found this because they work together. So yeah, this is about it.
Very cool. And how did you? Can you like just go back for us? Like you don't have to save this because it's not your title
there's
yet.
a new one, yeah.
Yeah, but I want you to show everybody like how you did it. Like how did you get to the screen? Can you do that for us?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, so I'm gonna share my whole screen.
Please, thank you.
So like I said, I'm using the computer one. I hate this thing. Okay, so I went to Outlook. No, sorry, wrong one. Email. So Outlook, preferences. We got signatures. We got right here. You can add a new one. So
Yep.
Untitled. You can have various ones.
Cool.
Plus, and then you start writing it out here.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, thank you. So if Ricardo was asked that question during his exam and he showed me his screen, that's exactly what I'd be looking for, that he knows how to navigate the space. Even though he had like this small, very, very slight, like, oh, whoops, wrong button, like that's not going to impact his grade because eventually he found it very quickly. But he wasn't like clicking around for, a minute trying to figure it out. Like he obviously knew what he was looking for. So, all right, Ricardo, thank you. You can stop sharing your screen. Ashley, do you have a question or do you want to share your screen?
No, I had a question. So I did everything but insert the logo. I'm not sure if I know how to do that.
Yeah, it's okay. To be honest, we hadn't discussed inserting logos in class. I was just sort of saying that as a bonus. If you wanted to, you could, but don't feel the pressure to. That will not be asked on the exam because that was never actually discussed. But for those who were interested in doing that, they could do it. So anybody want to raise their hand and show how you insert the logo for those who might be interested in learning? Anyone know how to do that? I can show it really quickly. You can raise your hand. If not, we can just keep on going. All right, we'll just keep rolling along then because it's really not that critical that you know how to do it. All right, so now we're gonna move away from Outlook. We're gonna go to PowerPoint. How are you guys feeling? Do you want a 5-minute break, or are you guys feeling good? Give me a green check if you're like, yeah, I want a break. A red X, like, no, I feel good.
I'd rather leave 5 minutes early.
You'd rather leave 5 minutes early? So, all right, well,
breakfast.
You still haven't had breakfast, Luis. That's the most important meal of the day. All right, so I see most people are saying red X's, so we're gonna go ahead and keep going. All right, go ahead and open up your PowerPoint. What's breakfast? Man, you guys got to eat breakfast every day. Go to PowerPoint. I want you to create two slides. And then I want you to create a transition of your choice between those two slides. I want to make sure that you know how to do a transition in PowerPoint. When you're done, give me a green check. Hannah, Ricardo, Pablo, Amadul, Samaje, All right, take about 30 more seconds. This most definitely will be a question for some of you on the final exam. So please make sure that you have a strong handle on how to do this. This is really critical for building out a presentation. Hannah, you had the first screen checkbox. Do you mind sharing your screen and showing us how do you create a transition on PowerPoint? You're still on mute, Hannah.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
So I just I have PowerPoint open usually because I'm working on something. So I just pressed new, like document, and it brought me here, but I only had one slide. So I just click new slide. Like if I wasn't being fancy, just click new slide, make it easy. And then I moved to transitions, and I picked one of these random ones. I think I picked random bars. Yeah. So just add that. And if you go there for the slideshow and play from the beginning, it will just show like random bars onto the screen.
Great. Thank you, Hannah. And I also have to commend you. You gave a very thorough definition of like what you did. So thank you so much for being, sharing all that with us. I definitely see a future in your life of being like a facilitator or a coach because that was very well done. Thank you. And even got a little dance move to go with it. Love it. All right. And Samaja, you also did that very quickly. So do you mind sharing with us when someone says a transition in PowerPoint, like what are they referencing? What does that mean?
So it means like the movement of the slide, and it should go like one way, not like multiple transitions, because those are highly annoying. But I'll share my screen.
Please do. Thank you.
I was able to do a picture as well.
Awesome.
The pandemic, tissue, co-workers going crazy over toilet paper.
Yeah. And go ahead. That's perfect, Samaja. And if you guys notice, like it was almost like curtains opening up. That was the transition. So if she hadn't put that, it would just go from one screen to the other. And Samaja, if she received that question during the exam, she would have earned 100% because that's exactly what a transition is.
But I get extra credit because I added the picture and stuff. I'm
you know what you get, Samaja, is that this next question I'm going to ask the group, you're already done with it, so you're good. Because the next question was add a picture to your PowerPoint. Add a picture to your PowerPoint and put an animation for your picture. So your picture, you can have an animation. When you're done, give me a green check. So add a photo, please, a work appropriate photo to your PowerPoint, and then give me an animation. All right, I see about 5 people so far got it. Give me a green check when you're done. I want to see about 5 more. My wife is texting me, how are you? How's your morning? Isn't that so sweet? After 9 years of marriage. All right. Okay, Luis, can you please share your screen and show us how you inserted a photo and how you did an animation?
Okay, I got you.
Thank you.
Share. Damn, I hate when all this pops up on the top of my screen. I just go to home and then I'll do it on this one right here. Hit insert. You can see what I'm doing, right?
Yep, we got you.
Okay, then I go to pictures, then I hit stock images. And you guys are in the way right here. And then I'll pick this one. Then you just hit insert.
Yep.
And then let me just fix it up. and then you go to animations, and then let's see, checkerboard.
There you go. Excellent, Luis. Just like Hannah, very thorough explanation from A to Z, what you did. So thank you so much for that. That was perfect. If this was Luis's final exam, he would have received 100% on this question. He showed how you insert a photo, and he showed how to do an animation for a photo. So excellent. Thank you, sir. All right, let's use our last 15 minutes together or so doing Excel, shall we? So go ahead and pull up Excel. Okay. Once you have Excel opened on your screen, please put the number 1 in cell A1. Put the number 2 into the cell B1. Put the number 3 in the cell A2. Now, using a formula, add those 3 numbers together.
Hey, Eric, could you repeat that? Sorry.
Of course. And what I'll even do to make life easy for everybody, since there's a lot there, let me just put in the chat box.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And give me a green check once you got it. Rahul got it. Nice job. Samaje got it. Nice job. Hannah got it. Nice work. Amadou got it. Nice work. Luis got it. Okay, Amadou, do you have the capacity to share your screen?
Oh, sure.
Can you please show us how you did it?
Can you see the screen?
Yep, we got it.
Okay, sure. So first thing you do is, since you said A1, you go right here and then you put 1. And then you said in a B1 to put 2.
Yep.
So this is B1, this is 2. And then you said cell A2 to put 3. So I put 3. Now for the function, you always start off with the equal sign.
Exactly.
And then open parentheses, then you put sum because we're adding. And then you put another parentheses, add all the cells. So like A1 is right here. A2 is right here, and then B1 right here. Then once you put all that in, you press enter, you'll get 6.
Yes, absolutely. So if Amadou was taking this exam and this was his question, he would have earned a 100% because he did a formula. I know sometimes people are tempted to just write the number 6 and then in A3, that does not give you credit. You have to put a formula there. And now do us a favor to show the magic of Excel. Go up to A1 and change it from a 1 to a 10. Then press enter, and then look at A3. Now it's 15. So thank you, Amadou, for sharing your screen. We appreciate you. We appreciate that. Excellent job. Thank you for the thorough explanation as well. Now I want you to go into your formula cell, and I want you to bold the formula, and I want you to fill that cell with a background of yellow. So go to your formula, bold it, make the background yellow, and give me a green check when you got it. David got it, Hannah got it, Amadou got it. I just told our colleagues we're going to bring them back in 5 minutes. Because, Luis really inspired me. We should end class early today because I'm kind of hungry too, even though I had breakfast. So what's wrong with that? All right. David, share your screen, please, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Explain to us how you did this.
All right. Can you guys see it?
It's right there. Yep, we got it.
Sweet. All right. So what I did was I highlighted A3, and then I went up to fill color, and it fills it yellow background.
Awesome.
And then I did the same thing for B3.
Great.
But in this case, I highlighted both of them, and then I put fill color.
Yep. So if this were your exam, it has to give you partial credit because it's not bold. How do you make it bold?
So you highlight one of the cells.
Yep.
And you click on bold.
Exactly. And then just so you're clear, A3 should be A1 plus B2, B1 plus A2. So go down to your A3 cell.
Okay, right here.
Yep. And then do you recall how Amadul did it?
You said A1 plus A2.
A1 plus B1 plus A2.
Would that be through?
That would not be through because there's the B1 has to be included. Does someone want to unmute themselves and help out their colleague? Anyone know how to do it? Yeah, Hannah.
So he just needs to, is he putting the sum of all three into this cell right here, not, A3?
He's putting the sum of all three of those top digits, A1,
Cool.
yep, into cell A3.
So you want to start, if you want to put it in the cell or in the top, you want to start with in A3, the equal sign.
Right here?
Yes.
Yep.
So I just delete 4, right?
Yeah, you could just backspace that.
Okay.
Then sum, equal sign, sum.
Oh, equal sign, sum.
Yes, parentheses. So your first cell is A1. Because they're not in like a row altogether, you want to use the comma instead of the colon that we usually use. So comma B2, comma, sorry, B1.
Oh.
Comma A2.
And then parentheses, correct?
And close parentheses, enter. Yes.
Got it.
Oh, there we go.
Great job. You see,
Yeah.
Thank you, Hannah.
I made it tricky on you all. I made it so that way they weren't in the same row. So good catch.
And I saw somebody had a different answer. I was like, yeah, I'm getting partial credit for this.
Thank you for sharing, David. Thank you for
Thank you guys.
showing that. Thanks, Hannah. Amna, do you have a question?
I was gonna say for this exercise, can you just use the auto sum button, or would that not work?
Oh, I don't think that would work because they're in different rows. Can someone else confirm that?
Actually, it does. I use it.
It does. Okay, Samaji,
select. Oh, sorry. You just select. Well, my Excel's not working right now because it says not responding.
Okay.
But just select everything and then press auto sum, and you get 6.
There you go. As long as it's in A3, that's what I'm looking
Right.
for. So now I'm curious. All right. Cool. Okay. Let's spend 2 more minutes together. Is there anything, raise your hand, that you're like, I'm unclear on this. I want some extra help on this. Can we talk through this one more time? Because this is it. This is our last time we're going to be doing this because tomorrow's presentations and then it's your exams. So is there anything that you're like unsure about that you really want to bring up? Yes, Luis?
So since it's 5 questions, does that mean it's a question for each program, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and Word, and one of them is going to be 2 questions?
It'll be actually one question on file management. So either how do you like build folders, and then Outlook, Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Yes, there'll be one question on each, and the questions will either be like share your screen and show me how to do this, or it could be something like, you know, what is Schedule Assist? It could be either of those two things. It could either be like show me your screen and do this function, or it can be like asking you a question like what is a hyperlink, depending on, you know, the time. But there will be different questions for every single person. So someone asked me that, are we all going to have the same exam? No, you all have different exams. So don't get any sneaky ideas. All right. Not that any of you would ever do that. Good question, Luis. But yes, all 5 of those areas will be covered at least once. Any other questions? You want to raise your hand, or?
I think Evelyn Chabak says, can you? I think she means, can you go over it again?
Is that what you were asking, Evelyn?
Oh no, that's not what I was asking.
But I said that when David was sharing his screen and he put the sum in parentheses, but I like my screen froze, so I missed what he did after that. So I was gonna put, can you go back to that real quick? But then yeah, never mind. So just never mind.
Are you sure? Okay. All right. And
Wait, no, I'm not sure. Can you go back to it?
of course, yeah.
Yeah, the Excel.
Yeah, David, do you mind just showing your screen again and explaining how you did that?
Yeah, just one more time.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, you guys can see it?
Yep.
Okay, so basically what happened was I had the wrong formula. So because they're in different rows, you can't really use AutoSum. But then again, you can to what Samaje said. But what we did was use the formula manually. So A1, comma, B2, and A3.
Beginning.
Oh yeah, the parentheses.
Yeah, and you gotta have the word sum. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. Sum,
Thank you, guys.
parentheses, and then you want to actually B1, not B2. And then you're set.
Oops.
You're good.
And then A3.
And then close it, and you got it.
And then enter. And it gave me 0.
What happened there? Press
I
it
don't-
again. Press it again for us, David.
Now I'm even more confused than before.
No, wait.
You meant to put A2 instead of A3 there. You're doing
Oh,
A1,
yeah, yeah, it
B1,
was-
and A2.
It was, yeah.
Eric really
sorry about
tricked
that.
us. This was not cool.
Hey, listen, you
Yeah,
know,
it was confusing.
I just do it because I love you, okay? And when you get to the working world, you're gonna have complex problems to solve, and I'm helping you get to where you need to be. All right, you will thank me one day. Isn't that what parents always say? You'll thank me one day for this. All right, there you go.
I learned from that
never
as
end up
well.
thanking your parents.
There you go. Okay.
And then there you go.
Boom. All right. Got it. All right. I want to keep my word that we're going to end a few minutes early. So, Amna, question.
Yeah, I have a question, but it's not related to the final. My question was, does Europe give any community service opportunities? Like, are there any from Europe?
Yeah, you'd have to talk to student services about that. So, like, do you know Danica, who's in our LC?
Yeah, but I never really spoke to her one-on-one.
Yeah, just shoot her an email. Say, hey, I'm interested in community service options, and I'm sure that she would have some things for you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, I'm going to bring the rest of the folks back, and then we're going to wrap up today's class. Bear in mind that I do have office hours today at 3:15. Let me just make sure my calendar is right. Yep. So if you are like still confused or turned around, please swing by on this link, 3:15 to 3:45. I'll be there. Happy to talk with you through anything. But listen, you guys are all going to do great on the final. We spent 2 full days preparing. You know the questions that are going to be asked, the nature of them. There's no reason why everybody here should not get 100%. All right. Okay. I want you guys to go ahead to go to your Schoology. All right, welcome back to our folks doing the group project. We made an executive decision here in the main room that since it's finals week and you've all been working so hard, we're going to quit a few minutes early. Before we do though, I have one last thing I'm going to ask you to do. Next mod 2 is project management. So please go to your Schoology account, go to courses, top right corner, press my courses. On the right side, it says join course and put the access code that I just dropped into the chat box. When you're done with that, give me a green check. Once again, courses, top right, my courses, right side of the screen, join course, access code, and that's project management. And once you're done with that, I believe that's all we have. So if there's any questions, feel free to hang out afterwards. Other than that, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., presentation start. Those of you who have your interview tomorrow, please stay for that. Everybody else, I'll see you on Wednesday, but everyone needs to be here tomorrow at 9 o'clock. All right, for class. All right, everybody, make sure you sign up for your class. Once you sign for your class, you're good to go. Thanks.
Eric, it says please try again in a few minutes. It's an error message.
Thank you, Eric. I have a question. So
Hey,
we're not using the.
why don't we do this since everyone's trying to talk at once and I can't hear anybody? Why don't you raise your hand and if you have a question, I'll call on you. Ashley Ross, yes.
Yeah, so the Schoology says that there's an unexpected error and to try again, but I did and it still has the same error.
Okay, what we'll do is I'll send you an email here this afternoon. Maybe everyone's trying to do it at the same time and it's not working. And then we'll get that figured out by the end of the day tomorrow.
All right, thank you, Eric.
Thanks for the heads up. You're welcome. Usman?
Yes, Eric. So we don't use the other course code anymore. Like we don't use the other course anymore, right?
So that course, the only time you'll use the current intro to computers is when you submit your final with your if you're doing the team project. If you're not, then no, you're done with that.
All right. So will it be all right? Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. We got Jesus next.
Yes, Eric, can you please send the link again? Because I think I was having technical issues and I didn't really.
Of course, it's in the
Thank
chat box. Yep, Majida.
I wanted to ask you for the final presentation. I'm not sure if you had a minimum of slides or anything on there. Did you?
I don't believe so. Let me double check. I don't believe we had a minimum. As long as you're able to give your presentation. Let me just double check, Doug, because I don't want to give you wrong information. Actually, yes, we said 6 to 8 slides.
Is it okay that it's more, because I have this feature like I do zoom in, so it doesn't take up. So once I'm presenting it, there are 2 slides on one slide. But if you like go out of PowerPoint, if you look on the left side, but the numbers of the slides, then it like totals up to a lot.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It can be more than that. The biggest thing is that your presentation, it stays within that 5 minutes.
So, and the presentation has to stay within 5 minutes, right?
Yes, and everybody has to share at least once.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
You're welcome, Majida. Any other questions before we log off?
I have a quick question also regarding the final project presentation.
Yep.
For the final exam. So for Excel, we have to create an Excel chart. Is that part of the requirements as well?
You have to create an Excel sheet explaining that the finances of your organization. So what's the nature of the business that you're creating?
So it's basically a product that is, so like if you lose something, that product, it's something that like tracks it. It's like the tracker.
Okay. So like what I would need for your financials is like how much is this going to cost to develop, staffing, marketing. I mean, very high level, maybe like half a dozen cells is fine. I just want to make sure that you have a good handle on how to use Excel, and particularly the functions like the sums and all that good stuff. But yeah, you don't have to create a chart. You just have to create a Excel spreadsheet showing how much your startup is going to cost. It doesn't have to be 40, 50, 60 cells, just a few of those big buckets. So like product cost, staffing cost, if you have a physical location, rent, marketing. Is that helpful, Jaleesa?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yep, you're welcome. Yeah, Majida?
So for going back to like what Jaleesa said, so just, I know on a Shark Tank, they usually do present their financials. We also need to present our financials in the presentation, correct?
Correct. Yes. Like what you're doing is like, suppose you're like, hey, this business we're starting up, we think it's worth $1 million and we're seeking 10%, investment at $100,000. And this is why we think it's worth that. And that's your presentation. Mhm.
And I just want to say this, Jaleesa, sorry, there's no way I could say this to her. Jaleesa, can you please message me on my phone number?
Yep, no problem.
Okay. And Mahmoud, do you have a question?
No, I was just thinking to hear other people's questions.
Oh,
which
okay.
is probably a good idea.
Excellent. Awesome. And Ashley Ross, do you have any more questions?
No, that was all of them. Thank you so much, Eric.
You're welcome. And Majida, do you have any more?
No, that'll be all. Thank you. Have a good
You're
day.
welcome. Have a great day, everybody. See you later. Bye.